was publicly acting a fool with them letters on. I was publicly acting a fool up in the club, pushing people, like just being really rude and arrogant, prideful. And if I can do all those things publicly, then I can publicly share that I have renounced and denounced Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jasmine, but everybody calls me Jazz. And today I'm going to be sharing with you why I renounced and am denouncing my old Greek letter organization, Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So if you're interested in seeing why or any details, then stay tuned. Okay, you guys, like I mentioned, I am denouncing Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. The number one reason why is because I came into an agreement when I was initiated. There was a ritual, I said an oath, and I decided that when I rededicated my life back to Christ in September 2023, that I wanted to come out of all agreements that I got myself into intentionally and unintentionally. And so that's what I did. Now, when I came back to Christ in September 2023, I was convicted, right? I was very much in the world. I was fornicating, I was drinking, I was doing all these other things that I probably had no business doing. And so there was a moment when I was praying to God that for me not to be pregnant, because I did not, one, want to be in a relationship with that man, two, have his child. After the prayer was answered and I was not pregnant, I was praising God. And I just thought, if you wasn't doing what you were doing, you wouldn't have to pray that prayer and you wouldn't be doing this right now. And so that got me all the way together. Okay, because I was like, ooh, yeah, that's true. And I stopped everything. I stopped all the new age things, which was all the sage, the crystals, the books, the witchcraft, and all the things that were associated with that. I stopped that immediately. I stopped having sex immediately. I stopped drinking immediately. I stopped listening to secular music immediately. I began to pay attention to what I was listening to and what I was watching on TV, both me and my daughter, and just started paying attention to little things. And that's how I started my journey when I rededicated my life back to Christ. I also started watching Soft Life Through Christ. I think those were the first few videos that I watched that very same day when I dedicated my life back to Christ, and I renounced the agreements and anything like that, and when I repented for all my sin, known and unknown. And so that kicked everything off. And so, like I said, I immediately remembered that I said an oath. I got into a covenant. There was an agreement that I verbally made when I joined Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and I wanted to get out of it. And I was like, okay, cool. And I put off everything else at the time. It wasn't until January of 2024 when I was just like, it's time for me to send a letter and officially get out. I can give away all my things and all this other stuff, but let me do it officially as well. And so I sent an email to a local chapter to see if I could get direction steps, because I couldn't find anything on the internet. And then I searched again and I found a video saying what one person did. And I was like, okay, well, I can do that and I'll see where it goes. So I sent a letter to the local chapter, and she gave me instructions to send the email to the membership headquarters. So I did that, didn't get a response. That was January 12th of 2024. It's funny that I did it right before the Founders Day. And the Founders Day was very awkward for me because I had people saying Happy Founders Day, and I was like, oh, I'm no longer a member of Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Yeah, no longer a soror. Yeah. And then just telling the people that I talked to a little bit more frequently, but not often, that I was no longer in the organization, and just explaining to them, why I decided to not be in the organization anymore, and that it's nothing that they did or anything like that. And so that's what I did on January 12th. And I put a reminder in my phone. We're going to follow up every week. We're going to be annoying, and maybe we'll try to make something go faster. It didn't work, but I was still following up every week, and then it became every month. And then one day in May, I was just like, I didn't follow up. And so I followed up, and I got the email that the person was out of office. And I was just like, dang, okay. But she had 2 people that you could reach out to if you needed immediate assistance. And I was like, boom, perfect. I might get a response. And so I did get a response the next day from one of the ladies, and she told me what I should do. And then the lady who I was originally sending it to also replied. And I was just like, you on vacation? What you doing responding, girl? Is it because the lady replied? Anyway, I got the answer, and so I was supposed to get my letter notarized, sign it, send it to the headquarters with the attention of someone, and get them my chapter initiation year and the name of the chapter that I was initiated into. And so I did that. I mailed it. My advice, if I were to do this in hindsight, would be to keep a copy of the notarized letter and have it sent certified mail, because I did not do that. I was just trying to get it done. And so that's what I would do, or that would be my advice. And so I did that, and I'm currently waiting for confirmation or any type of update regarding that until I follow up again. One rumor that I've heard is that people's names are still on the list, or that they have to be voted out at the next boule. I don't know. I don't think I'm so concerned about that. I know that I renounced my agreement, and that I sent what I was supposed to send. And I'm just gonna continue to pray for now, to see, what happens and things like that. But yeah, I would say that me getting out is probably just as scrambled as how I got in, because when I got in, or when I was trying to go to Rush, I found out about Rush maybe 3 days to a week before it happened. So I was scrambling all over the place trying to get everything that was required, get my letter, a recommendation, and I was just all over the place. It's funny looking back how things happened and how hard it was for me to even get through that process, and how maybe that was a stumbling block that I wasn't supposed to go through with. But it's just interesting how I wasn't able to remember anything either. Like, I wanted to be the ace so bad so I can be proud of, being the ace. This is my line, whatever. And couldn't remember no information. My deuce had my back, like, for real, because she was always whispering in my ear telling me what I needed to say. And I was like, dang, why can't I remember? I'm letting the line down, all this other stuff. But I just wanted to share this video because I was publicly acting a fool with them letters on. I was publicly acting a fool up in the club, pushing people, like just being really rude and arrogant, prideful. And if I can do all those things publicly, then I can publicly share that I have renounced and denounced Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, because them letters did something to me. The pride, like, I had to let go of a lot of prideful things when I gave my life back to Christ too, because anyway, that is my reason for why I am denouncing and why I renounced Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.